There we go. Tied at 10, not anymore. This time ratified is down. Here in 002. We'll go ahead again inside Tampa Bay. Gators are going to crash hole 19.
Time is happening. And the title of since 2000.
Welcome CDL fans, it is time for our March 18th edition of CDL Live, and before going any further, my birthday wishes go out to my sister, Melissa Geyser. I love you. I know you probably won't watch this. You never were a big fan of CDL. Smash, as you called it. So, it's so funny, terms over the generations, how it now means a different thing. But anyhow, happy birthday, Missy. Salute. Carry on. On to the game day, though. Buffalo and New York. The Empire, led by the franchise Black Bullet 2, going up against the Buffalo Warriors, a team that started the season 8-0, but they've lost their last 3. Can the Warriors get it turned around here today? We're going to be finding that out rather soon. It's coming right up. Then New Orleans and St. Louis. Should be an interesting game there. Both teams with some capabilities. Definitely look out for a heavyweight like Silver Indy on St. Louis to maybe make an impact against the lightweight defense that is brought to the field by a car like Tigre on the New Orleans side. Then, finally, our main event. The leaders of the Southeast Division, the Washington Patriots, on the road to go head-to-head with the Dayton Rebels. Definitely looking forward to the possible matchup of Toe versus Ratitude. So, could happen here on this game day, no doubt about it. That being said, over to the Development League, we got some D-League scores to run to. A lot of donuts being served, a lot of shutouts in this game day. One of them, huge upset here, Alaska getting the win over Baltimore. 15-0 the final score in that one. Montreal beating Anaheim 15-10. Oakland getting the win over Rochester, so Matt Geyser beating his brother Tim there, 15-5. Syracuse with a big win over Vancouver, 15-10. Utah serving Orlando donuts for dinner, 15-0 there. Calgary pulling out a win against Toronto, 15-10. And then it's nothing but shutouts the rest of the way here. Edmonton, blanking Richmond, and the Reapers. Richmond Reapers, farm team of, yes, the Indianapolis Reapers and the Boston Vandals as well. But Richmond definitely having trouble this season, losing 15-0 to Edmonton here today. Memphis getting blanked out by the Mexico City Jaguars, 15-0. Oklahoma City blanking the Little Rock Razors, 15-0. And then last game to go through, Winnipeg shutting out Cincinnati, 15-0. So the Predators getting the win there. The only team with a bye on this Development League game day was Kansas City. To the pros, it's Los Angeles and Hartford with the byes today, so no Blades or homies today. They will be in action the next game day. Blades, as a matter of fact, will be in the main event of the March 21st edition of CDL Live on the road against the Roswell Aliens, as a matter of fact. If you're interested in Hartford, in case you were wondering or whatever, Hartford on the road against Puerto Rico. So yes, Tim Geyser versus Alex Johnson in that one. Classic rivalry type stuff. So that being said, let's get down to the field. Buffalo Warriors, New York Empire. Both teams set to go head-to-head. As we really, I think as of this point, or is it the next game day, I'm thinking of, we're actually going to be a whole third of the way through the regular season. I know it's approaching. We're almost 13 game days in. As a matter of fact, this is the 12th game day. As a matter of fact, yeah, it's the next game day. We will officially be 1/3 of the way through the season after we finish the next game day. So, closing up on that third way mark. 13 out of 39 games. So, down to the field. Empire, Warriors. Two teams that, just like the league, they've been battling it out for 20 years. Welcome, fans of Toy Car Demolition Derby, to CDL Live. It is time for our March 18th game day to smash off Buffalo Warriors on the road against the New York Empire. Should be a great battle right here that's about to take place. Fun game to watch. We got the Buffalo Warriors coming into this game with a record of 8 wins and 3 losses. No ties or overtime losses. The New York Empire, 5 wins, 4 losses, and 2 ties. No OT losses. Classic rivalry. 2 of the CDL's original 6 teams battling it out here in our 20th anniversary season. Let's take a look at the last games that these teams have played. As a matter of fact, really focused on Buffalo here. As they started the season 8-0, they are on a 3-game losing streak, trying to snap that today. As for the New York Empire, coming off a tough 15-10 loss against the Philadelphia Demons. So Buffalo trying to get it turned back around. We'll see if they can. That being said, let's get a look at the lineups for both sides, Warriors and the Empire.
Got you feeling like a champion. The city never sleeps, ready to slip you an ambient.
And here we go. We've got Inferno leading the way for the Buffalo Warriors, and it will be challenge out there first for the Empire, and we've got a tie game right off the bat. 5-5 the scores. Both Challenge and Inferno go down. And that'll bring out the 2 middlemen cars. A little bit of offense on each side here. It is Tyrell out there for the Buffalo Warriors. Enzo 1 out there for the Empire. And Enzo 1 will go down 10-5. Buffalo in the lead. That now brings out Black Bullet 2. He got some grease on it for the game. And he has a good flip right there, tying the game up at 10. His defense able to prevail over Tyrell's offense. Score tied at 10. That now brings out some defense from the Buffalo side. That's what coming out from their captain spot. And him and Black Bullet 2 going at it now. Black Bullet 2 been called the franchise because he has led this Empire team to heights further than what they've ever reached in their history. And you see both cars playing solid defense right now. What's surviving yet again? And this time knocking Black Bullet a little bit back, but Black Bullet prevailing right there. Black Bullet 2 getting the flip, and the score is now 15-10, Empire in the lead. And now some grease being put on Wheel and Dillon. Car that does neither here. And you should be all set to go. And this is an official timeout. Not charged to either team. So here we go. Wheel and Dillon taking on Black Bullet 2. Wheel and Dillon trying to force overtime. He did so well in the development league, playing for the Syracuse Scorpions, helping them win their second straight Soldiers Cup title, but not going to be able to force overtime today. Black Bullet 2, just too much for him, and great performance by him today. Able to go 3-0 and get the win for the Empire, and for the Warriors, it's a 4th straight loss in a row. They dropped to 8-4, and the New York Empire, great win for them. They go to 6-4, 2-0. Looking ahead to the next game day for both squads, the Buffalo Warriors, you gotta think should be able to bounce back on the road against the Miami Mafia, and Buffalo will be heavily favored in that one, but hey, maybe Miami can sniff out that huge upset there. As for the New York Empire, a big win for them today, and it should be a gimme in the next game day. The March 21st game day is when this all goes down, but on the road against the Atlanta Avengers, a team that comes into this game day last place in the entire Car Demolition League. So, that being said, should be a gimme, but any given game day, you can never tell. Down in the Development League, for example, we had the team that was last place in the league beating the first place team in the Development League, with Alaska beating Baltimore 15-0. So, any given game day, anything can happen, and we got plenty more game day left here on this March 18th game day. We are going to get into some highlights, other games happening across the league, and when we come back, our second featured event in today's game day, the New Orleans Gladiators on the road to take on the St. Louis Twisters. So, folks, stay tuned. Well, folks, Buffalo's struggles continue. Yet another loss today at the hands of the New York Empire. Gonna go on ahead and head into some highlights, and then when we come back, New Orleans Gladiators, St. Louis Twisters here on this March 18th edition of CDL Live. So, still a lot of action remaining. Quite the game, though. 15-10 final. New York getting the win, but yes, plenty more action around the league. Let's take a look. Leading off the highlight reel with the San Antonio Kings and the Indianapolis Reapers. Blue Indy and Sweet 16 leading the game off, and a little short battle here between these two. Sweet 16 would get the flip 5-0 San Antonio, but that would bring out Phoenix, and this is where the defense came in for Indy, and the game was tied. The rookie Phoenix getting the flip there, all knotted at 5, and that would bring out RPG from the Kings, and he gets the flip. And then out there against Goal Z28, taking down the defense of Phoenix, now against the veteran Goal Z28. He's a good defensive card, but gets taken down there, and it is RPG getting the job done. And what was that? Yes, that was our mascot, the Crash Cat, going nuts. I don't know if she was celebrating or angry. Who knows? But the Kings get the win. 15-5 the final score. A good day for RPG. 2-0 for him. Moving on along with the highlight reel, Miami Mafia and the Milwaukee Mob, the team with the same colors, and they would go head-to-head with Monkey and, of course, as Hot Tub Jr. leading the way for the Milwaukee side. Both cars down, we had a 5-5 game, and that brought out Monty. He takes down Neon quickly, and then out there against Aqua Chevelle, the rookie gets set down quick. Monty Jr., the heavyweight smash mouth car, absolute beast. Let's get a look at that game-winning flip. Slow motion. My goodness. Sent him on his back like he's a turtle. I like turtles. Well, that's exactly what Monty wanted to see right there. That turtle shell maneuver. It meant his team won. Thanks to him. 2-0 day for Monty Jr. Milwaukee getting the win over Miami. 15-5 the final. Atlanta Avengers, Green Bay Dragons, they went head-to-head today. Atlanta last place in the league, and not looking good at the get-go. Clown getting taken down by Shell, but there was a sign of hope here. A flip on Shell provided by them pizza rolls, but them pizza rolls quickly sat down by the rookie Inquisitor, who then went head-to-head with 40. So 40 trying to keep Atlanta in the game, and does. So we are tied at 10, but that brought out Toy Soldier here, as you're about to see him work. Good little move right there. That should have been slow mode, but you see him out here now against Supra, who was trying to force overtime. No match for the defense of Toy Soldier right there. A 2-0 day for Toy Soldier. The Green Bay Dragons get the win, 15-10 the final. Jacksonville Bangums and the Detroit Devils as we move on here. Zap was the star of this game, and you're about to see why. Out there against Black Dragon, sets him aside. 5-0 Bangums lead, and it wouldn't stop there. Cloud Cutter, the rookie that's been so good, taken down, and then that brought out Padawan. Spec-type model. Good defensively. He's safe off screen there. Able to stay in the fight, but to no avail. Zap going full out Super Saiyan mode. Screw the Beast mode, Super Saiyan mode there. 15-0. Zap serves donuts for dinner. Bangums get the shutout win over the Devils. Moving back to the West with the Houston Oilers and the Denver Mustangs. Purple Custo starting this game off nicely for Denver here, as we see him at work here. Out there taking down Nickel and Diamond, making it a 5-0 game. Then out there against White Ferrari, able to pick up a tie collision with him, so it's a 10-5 game. Given Teardrop here the chance for the win, but in his way is Racer X from the Houston side. He's looking to tie this game up, and does so. So, all knotted up at 10, which led to this matchup. The rookie Red Detta out there against Racer X. Two good defensive cars, and that one there comes close to an interference, but Red Detta did not touch up there, so he is down. That led to this matchup. Both cars down. Blue 512 and Racer X. Blue 512 trying to force overtime. It's a 15-10 game. Racer X, of course, going for the win. And check out the skills here as his efforts are clearly being shown. My goodness, how you able to stay up from that, but nonetheless, Racer X does continue in the battle, but it wouldn't go on too much longer. Racer X is taken down by Blue 512, and we are tied at 15, going to overtime. Blue 512 against Hot Wheel Vet in OT. Game tied at 15, and the collisions start between these two. Two heavy cars, and they both go down. Both taking each other down, and that ends the game. 15-15 the final score, the Mustangs and the Oilers. No winner can be decided here. It ends in a tie. And we move on along. Roswell Aliens, Minnesota Maniacs going head-to-head. F1 Racer out there against Green 7, and F1 Racer sat down. But that would be turned around rather quickly with Dragonfly out there for the Aliens. He had a pretty good game today, and he gets to flip to tie the game up at 5. Now goes head-to-head with Red Racer, and off-screen, not hitting nothing. Dragonfly stays up 10-5. Aliens take the lead. So that brings out Black Spinebuster from Minnesota's captain spot, and what a battle here. Good defensive move by Dragonfly, and that's followed up by Black Spinebuster. So let's see that in slow motion here. Dragonfly's defensive maneuver, able to stay up, and then Black Spinebuster saying, anything you can do, I can do better. He is able to survive, but he has a scare right here. An interference off the knees, saving Black Spinebuster, and allowing him to continue to compete here. Almost taken down, but that time taking Dragonfly down. He's off screen, not touching nothing, and we were tied at 10, which brought out Spectite, who was still up there in interference, so they would continue going at it. Black Spinebuster goes down there, but an interference saving him yet again. So Spectite can't just put him away easy. So Black Spinebuster twice saved by an interference, and this time not being saved anymore. Spectite getting the flip. 15-10 brings out Diablo 2 for Minnesota, and these two would go at it, and Spectite would be taken down. So overtime we go, tied at 15. Diablo 2 trying to be the hero. Police Porsche trying to get the win. Police Porsche, good 5-point gainer, getting that sweep last year over Chicago in the playoffs, but taken down right away right there. Diablo 2 has a 2-0 day, and the Minnesota Maniacs getting the win here over the Roswell Aliens. A big home win for them. 2-0 day for Diablo 2. 20-15 final in OT. Maniacs beating the Aliens. My goodness. So we move back to the Eastern Conference. Puerto Rico players, Cleveland Wolves going at it here. Black Star right away taken down by Aqua Ferrari, 5-0 Cleveland, and that would bring out Black Lena for the players. He would tie the game up at 5. But that now brought out Bully Goat, and he was on point today, getting the flip on Black Lena there, and that would lead to this matchup. Bully Goat and Green Blaze Jr. They would have an epic battle. You'll see a lot of defense here as these two collide. It was just a treat to watch these two cars compete here on this game day as the battle will continue. Green Blaze staying up off screen there. Keep going at it here. And this time, you thought he was down. But like the Undertaker of the WWF of old, rising up from the grave. Yes, that is Green Blaze Jr. right there. Some good moves by him. And you see it in return from Bully Goat. He's able to stay up on a couple of these shots to make some good plays. But a lot of the offensive opportunities going Bully Goat's ways, as you can see here. And this time, it would finally pay off. Bully Goat getting the game-winning flip. He has a 2-0 day, and the Wolves have a 15-5 win over the struggling Puerto Rico players. Just keep in mind, 2 years ago, they were Eastern Conference champions, really struggling along this season. But that being said, 15-5 Wolves getting the win, carrying on a pretty good season for themselves. Moving on with the Pacific Division battle, and two teams towards the bottom of the Pacific standings, but Mantis and Dirty Snow starting off would be a good show. Both cars down. We move on. Hot Goat out there against Darkwing, and good little fight between two defensive cars, but doesn't go very long. Hot Goat down, and that, of course, had Seattle in the lead, but quickly tied up by 24 hours of the Lightning. who then took down Buzzoff. So, yes, 24 Hours having a great day right there. He's 2-0 now, going up against Dark Dragon, who's at Seattle's 5-point gainer spots. 15-10 Lightning in the lead. And you see right there, a good move by 24 Hours. I don't know if you look at him, somehow able to bounce his way back up, and the match would continue. These cars putting on the show, and they really stole the show, I'd say. With what you see they were able to do up off screen was Dark Dragon there. He's a rookie, by the way, able to stay up off screen yet again and continue fighting here. And you're about to see something nice. And yes, get Dark Dragon in slow motion here yet again. My goodness, able to break dance, but I'm going to put him in a K-pop video. And this time, coming up here, so you're about to see it all pays off. 24 Hours down. That would bring out 7 series now for the Lightning. Trying to force, or actually in overtime, not trying to force overtime. Tied at 15 in OT. And Dark Dragon up to the task there, staying up, and almost had a flip on 7 series. Look at this. Do a barrel roll, somehow 7 series, able to stay up there, keeping the game. Some strong hits, just such a heavier car than what Dark Dragon is, and eventually it does pay off right there. Final score 20-15 in overtime. The San Diego Lightning find a way to get the win over the Seattle Lumberjacks. Now, gonna get down to that field. About time for our mid-feature. Folks, it is time for our mid-feature to take place. Those first set of highlights out of the way, some good action there, but now moving on to the next one. New Orleans Gladiators, St. Louis Twisters. Let's go on ahead, take you down the field for the game. And welcome back, CDL fans. It is time for our middle feature. Hope you enjoy some of the highlights, and hoping your favorite team won. The games that you've seen so far, you know, the highlights. So, yeah, I root for everybody, all 42 teams. They can all win, let it be so. But, of course, they can't all win. That's the situation that we're about to see right now, because one of these teams, by all rights, unless there's a tie, is going to walk out with a loss. But nonetheless, 6-4-0-1 are the New Orleans Gladiators coming into this game day. One of the best teams in the Southern Division, definitely fighting for that division title. And they are on the road against the 4-6 St. Louis Twisters, a team that struggled at the beginning, then started doing good and started struggling again. So kind of in the middle of the road, but nonetheless, two teams roughly around the same record. Just a team that's just a tad over 500 against a team that's just a tad below 500, and both looking for the win here today. So, Twisters and Gladiators, that being said, should be a fun one to watch from the Western Conference. Let's get a look at the lineups. So here we go. Elite will lead the way for the visiting New Orleans Gladiators, and Rowdy, the first car out there for the St. Louis Twisters. Game on, both cars up and going at it yet again. Game continuing, switching sides here are both vehicles as they continue to battle it out here. Again, switching sides. Game on between these two. A heavyweight against a good defensive car, and you're seeing Rowdy getting some good shots, but Elite riding out through him. Able to stay up. So the battle continues between these two. One great game underway here. And this time now switching sides. And this time around, Elite with a good flip, 5-0 New Orleans in the lead, and that brings out Silver Indy for St. Louis. So he'll do battle with Elite here. And both cars staying up, switching sides here. So look to find the grip on Silver Indy here. And that time an interference. So this is going to be an official timeout. We're going to get some grease on the wheels here, kind of help him roll a little bit. Maybe even on his bottom. He was rolling good at the intro to the game. Well, not intro of the game, but pre-game test rolls, he was doing all right, but not doing all right now. So both cars will go back to their own sides here. So we are coming off an interference, and Elite looks for that 10-0 lead. Silver Indy trying to tie things up with a twister. And that interference right there, Elite saving himself. Going and smashing into the St. Louis side. So still 5-0 New Orleans, and yet another interference, but this one saves Silver Indy. So both teams continuing to go at it here, and this time around, Elite staying up, and now they will switch sides. That's opposite sides, and Elite has a good flip and makes it 10-0 Gladiators. Now St. Louis with a little bit of defense of their own out there. Mr. Freeze from their captain spot, looking to keep the Twisters in this game, and it's not going to happen. And, 15-0. Elite does serve donuts for dinner, but my God, those donuts were stale in a way, to a point. I mean, he had to battle to make that donut happen, no doubt about it. Good battles on both sides, kind of a deceptive shutout, because with the fight that was shown by the visiting side, or by the home side there, by St. Louis, I mean, you wouldn't think that game was going to end 15-0 the way it did, but of course it has done that now. But that being said, one heck of a battle and one heck of a fight put up by the St. Louis Twisters is the correct way I guess I should say it. Even through a 15-0 loss, some great effort by Rowdy and Silver Indy in the process of things. That being said, taking a look ahead to the next game day, the Twisters, they have fallen to 4-7 now. They will be on the road the next game day, and tough opponent to take on, the Nashville Nighthawks. And something to keep in mind, Nashville comes into this game day tied for first place in the Western Conference at 9-2. And if they win today, because of Los Angeles having a bye, they will take the lead in the Western Conference. If they get a win, even an overtime loss today would actually put them ahead, just depending on what other teams do. But LA doesn't even play, so won't even get any points out of them. Of course, Chicago would have something to say about that too. Keep them in mind. They are right on Nashville's tap. That being said, the New Orleans Gladiators, though, big win for them. That will put them to 7-4, 0-1 on the season. Huge win, especially with how close those standings are in the next game day. One heck of a matchup for them. As a matter of fact, they will be leading off the March 21st edition of CDL Live. Their game is the first featured event, and they'll be home to take on the San Francisco Shinobis. So Gladiator Shinobis leading off next game day. So should definitely be a great fun matchup to see. So, but that being said, 15-0 here in this matchup. Gladiators getting the win over the Twisters. More highlights coming up, and then of course our featured event from today's game day, Washington Patriots, Dayton Rebels. Should be a great game. So it's going to be coming up after these highlights, so stay tuned. Well, needless to say, folks, a dominant game day for the Gladiators, and what else can be said other than just wow. Just impressive right there. 15-0 the final, but before we get into our main event, which will be Dayton and Washington, we're going to head into the highlights. Well, the rest of them. Let's get a look at more action that was taking place here on this March 18th game day in the Car Demolition League. So we start the second set of highlights. Carolina Wildcats, Pittsburgh Destroyers, and Dragon Jr. was impressive here in this game, as you are about to see as he goes head-to-head with Yellow Custom here. Nice little matchup here, offense versus offense, but Dragon Jr. getting the better of it, 5-0 Carolina. And that would bring out what Jr. You just saw him pull off some nice stuff here, and I believe I can fly. That's what Jr. believes. But of course, Dragon Jr. with other plans, such as getting points, and he did. He gets the flip right there. And that would bring out Green Blaze for the Pittsburgh Destroyers. He would get the flip there and put Pittsburgh back in the game. So a 2-1 day for Dragon Jr., but of course, still got some game going on. Mellow 51 putting up a good fight here, but he is taken down, and that sets up this matchup. The game tied at 10. Green Blaze out there against the rookie and number 2 overall pick of the draft, Wen. Wen and Green Blaze, the veteran out there against the rookie. And rookie with a lot of promise, but look at the veteran making some moves. Green Blaze so good defensively today, and these two cars definitely put on a show just to show how good they are at defense. Look at this one. Somehow, someway, both cars, again, able to stay up through all this. And yet another close call here. Yeah, we can do a whole slow motion game between these two. Unbelievable stuff. A lot of the offensive opportunity going Wen's way, and eventually it is going to pay off, as you are about to see, as Green Blaze does go down. So that sets up this matchup. Wen out there against one of the best 5-point gainers in the league, Paradox. No doubt we were in for something epic. You had to see this coming. Look at this. Nice move by Paradox. He is able to stay up there, and the matchup continues. With the score 15-10, Carolina in the lead, but it has been tied right there. Brings out two-timer for the Wildcats in overtime, and it is Paradox doing what he does best from that 5-point gainer spot. He goes 2-0 in the Destroyers in a come-from-behind win in overtime. 20-15 the final. They defeat the Carolina Wildcats. And on we move here. New Jersey Bandits go on to Outlaws Northeast Division Showdown, and it was Kid Custom getting the flip right away there on Lamborghini for the 5-0 lead, and that was quickly tied up there by Hammer. So now that brought out Hammer and Pink Lamborghini to go at it. Two Smash Mouth cars with the game tied at 5, not anymore. Pink Lamborghini getting the flip. It's 10-5 New Jersey, but hanging on a second. Some good moves by this guy, Sonic Boom, able to get the flip in slow motion, please. My goodness, how does he do it? This is how defense is played in the skies. Just so spectacular, and Sonic Boom tying the game up at 10. Now goes head-to-head with Power Pistons, the #1 overall draft pick of 2016, the rookie here. And some good moves being shown by both cars. But look at this, Sonic Boom, unbelievable stuff he's capable of. And here he goes again, in the air. R. Kelly, where are you at right now? I believe... Yes, he can fly and he can land too. That is the special thing about him. But in the end, he is taken down. Now taking on Cockroach here. An interference right there. They would go at it yet again. And this time, Power Pistons would be down off screen. Cockroach forcing overtime. So tied at 15, Cockroach, and 686 going head to head. And right off the bat, Cockroach showing he's still got some skill and talent left, even from the 5-point gainer spot. Dangerous is that car. Says Yoda. Okay, I can't do Yoda impressions. It comes out like Peter Griffin. But 20-15 in overtime, the Gowanda Outlaws getting the win over the New Jersey Bandits. 2-0 day for Cockroach. What else can be said? So back to the Western Conference we go. New Mexico Monsters, Idaho Cowboys, and it was X-Wing and MX Dragster starting this game off. X-Wing, the #1 overall pick of 2015, in his second season now, and you see him in quite the battle here, but he would get taken down, and that sets up this matchup. MX Dragster, 1-0 on the day so far, now taking on Futurama. Offense versus defense, and these two would put on a bit of a show. That time, Futurama staying up off screen, and they would continue their battle here. And what a battle. Futurama, again, able to stay up. As these two just, again, put on a show. Off screen yet again, Futurama surviving, this time getting himself an interference just in case he was able to stay up anyways. Battle continuing, and it was MX Dragster doing the same thing, playing copycat, but it would end up paying off for MX Dragster. 10-0 score, and then right there against Synchro, both cars are down. 15-5 the final score. MX Dragster coming up big, having a 2-0-1 day. Not quite serving donuts for dinner, but it's all about the win, and that's exactly what MX Dragster got for the Idaho Cowboys today. And we move on along back to the Eastern Conference. Tampa Bay Gators and the Bradford Brawlers. Uncle Sam would get things off to a quick start here as you see him out there against Ratified and able to get a flip right away on Ratified. That brought out battle for Tampa Bay. 5-0 Brawlers in the lead at this point. And a good move right there by Battle, and yet again by Battle. They call him the car with the brain. because he seems to know where he's at sometimes on the field, able to stay up there. And through this battle, showing some good effort, but gets taken down in the end. So 10-0 Bradford. Like I said, Uncle Sam started off quick, but then taken down right away quickly by 47 Ronan. And just as quick, the 2015 MVP, 47 Ronan, taking down Escalade and tying the game up at 10. That set up him versus Spinebuster. So 47 Ronan and Spinebuster, game tied at 10. And these two defensive giants, or I don't know how you want to consider them, giants or just all-stars. Basically, that'd be the better word, all-stars. But they both take each other down, canceling each other out, and that sends this game into overtime. Phantom for the Gators, Gold Dust for the Brawlers, tied at 15 in OT, and it does not take long. Gold Dust getting the game-winning flip in OT, 20-15 the final score. The Bradford Brawlers getting the win over the Tampa Bay Gators. And we move on along with not only a Pacific Division rivalry, but a rematch of the past 2 years of the playoffs. Storm Shinobis. And, of course, remembering the past two playoff years, but this one started off quick, 48 hours, getting the quick flip, 5-0. He took down F3. Storm in the lead, but now that brought out Black Bullet 1. And this would be an epic battle between these two. And look at that good roll moving. You see Black Bullet 1 able to roll back up there. And this matchup would continue. And just to think back through the years, San Francisco losing the series to San Jose in 2014, 4-2. Last year, 2015, the Storm fell 4-1. And look at Black Bullet 1 here in this matchup, here today, the first rematch since that last playoff series. And look at Black Bullet 1 yet again, how he's able to do it, folks. No one quite knows. It's still a 5-0 game, keep in mind. This whole time I've been talking, it's still 5-0, 48 hours, trying to get the 10-0 lead, and that time a little bit of an interference there, and this time another good breakdance move by Black Bullet 1, and it all pays off in the end. He takes down 48 hours, and just like that, we are tied at 5. I shouldn't say just like that. It took that long just to get tied at 5, and that brought out Charizard. And Charizard and Black Bullet 1 competing, great defense being shown by both cars, and the battle will continue here, but in the end, Charizard gonna be taken down here, as you are about to see. And man, I lost my cue, but right there, Charizard taken down. Valiant fight, but that set up this matchup. Black Bullet 1 and Solid Snake. Now 10-5, San Francisco in the lead, but Solid Snake did something that no car was able to do today. Able to take down Black Bullet 1, and he tied the game up. And right there, you see him taking down Spectite Jr. So all of a sudden, the Storm, with a sudden rush of energy of some sort, taking the lead 15-10, and now that is Mach 5-2 out there for the San Francisco Shinobis, trying to force overtime, interference right there, and in the end, he goes down. So a 3-0 day for Solid Snake. Who saw it coming? Who thought offense would have won out in this game? But it does for the Storm here today. Final score 15-10 and a 3-0 day for Solid Snake. Good win for San Jose against their heated rival, the Shinobis. And along we move. Phoenix Firebirds, Nashville Nighthawks, and it was Green Arrow and Orange Chevelle to start things off. And what a mad mess right there, but look at this in slow motion. Green Arrow going down, Orange Chevelle able to stay up. It's 5-0 Nighthawks, which brought out Mika for the Firebirds, and close to an interference there, but there was none, which brought out No Fear. Game tied at 5. No Fear and Mika, two good cars. They've done well this season, and No Fear getting the flip, 10-5 Nashville, and that brought out Stock 34. Get a look at this move in slow motion. Good defensive cars, showing you how it's done here. And then, not long after, able to tie the game up at 10 with the flip on No Fear, which brought out the unflippable one, Extinguish. And he is really the guy that pioneered defense in this league, and you can see why when he did things like this right here. It was just mind-blowing when he really brought his whole defensive package to the league. But needless to say, that was a while ago, and both cars were down there. It forced overtime. So stock 34 and extinguish out of the way. Leave it up to the Smash Mouth cars at the 5-point gainer spot. Glitter getting the flip against Kodak, and that would be game. 20-15 the final in overtime, and the Phoenix Firebirds getting the job done on the road, getting a huge win against the Nashville Nighthawks. Last Pacific Division battle of our game day here. And yes, Nevada Thunder Portland Panthers, White Indy coming out and making his presence felt right away, getting the flip on Purple Fire right there, and then taking on the heavyweight Monty here as soon as they would go at it, and took a couple of collisions, and even though White Indy was getting slammed around, able to stay up off screen there and get the flip on Monty. So 10-0 Nevada in the lead, but that brought out, you saw his pitcher who able to keep Portland in the game, and not just that, but able to tie it up there against Yellow Spire, which brought out Hornet from the Nevada Thunder. So a pair of cars that started off with a 2-0 day, and a pair of cars that started off with a 2-1 day. Well, finished 2-1, I should say. So Hornet going for one better. He's going to go 2-0, as you saw him take down 1975 in the end there. 15-10 the final score. Hornet going 2-0. Nevada Thunder getting the win over the Portland Panthers. And we move on to the last divisional match of the game day, Northeast Division battle between the Boston Vandals and the Philadelphia Demons. And you see Pink Indy here getting taken down by Nitro, 5-0 Boston in the lead. But that would bring out Green Demon. And you see him going to work here against Nitro. It was offense against defense, and that interference saving Nitro there. Green Demon sticking at it with Nitro here. Really offensive versus defensive battle, and able to stay up there was Green Demon. So good defensively in this game, and they're able to tie it up at 5 apiece, which brought out Mach 5-3 for the Boston Vandals here, and almost able to get a flip. And you take a look and the replay, able to tip himself back up. Green Demon on top of things today, and then follows it up with a flip of his own. So that's up this matchup. The rookie Green Demon out there against Vendetta from Boston's captain spot. Demons in the lead, 10-5, going into this little matchup here between these two. And yet again, look at Green Demon here on the slow-mo. We'll even zoom it in. Look at the bottom of your screen, bottom center here. He's going to come flying in and somehow able to roll himself back up, staying in the game, and that favor would be returned here by Vendetta. Take a look at this one. Vendetta, yes, he's a defensive card too. Check out his moves here. In slow-mo, able to stay up, trying to keep Boston in the game here. It's at that critical point. Green Demon going for the win at this point. Two great defensive cars, one rookie, of course, one a veteran here, and the rookie getting the job done. Let me tell you something, Green Demon is dangerous. Going 3-0 today. Not a shutout win, but 3-0 from the middleman spot still ain't too shabby. 15-5. Philadelphia Demons getting the win over the Boston Vandals. And the last highlight to go through, Dallas Lone Stars Chicago Wind Attack R and Watts Up led the way in this one. Both of them good lightweight defensive cars. Both of them putting on a little show, but in the end, R getting the flip, 5-0 Chicago. That would bring out great Indy for Dallas, and he got set down rather quickly, quicker than I thought he would, which brought out the rookie Reptile now for Dallas, who's been excellent all season. R doing his thing, and shut out City. Serves donuts for dinner, deep fry me a Twinkie for the main event that's coming up next. 15-0 the final score. R goes 3-0, and the Chicago Wind Attack had the win in a shutout. Alright folks, it is time for our main event to take place. The Dayton Rebels home against the Washington Patriots. Both teams fighting for their individual division titles. Of course, Washington, Southeast, Dayton, Northern Division. And should definitely, by all rights, should definitely be a great game. I dare say it should be a little bit better than that New Orleans St. Louis matchup. That being said, folks, let's go on ahead, get you down to the field for our main event. Washington Patriots, Dayton Rebels. And welcome back, CDL fans. We are here for our main event, and it's ready to take place here, no doubt about it. Main event of this March 18th game day, going down the Washington Patriots on the road today to take on the Dayton Rebels. Washington currently leading that Southeast Division. They find themselves coming off a tough loss, though, that they took on that March 16th game day. As a matter of fact, the final score 15-5. They were beaten by Jacksonville. The Dayton Rebels, on the other hand, coming off a big divisional win over the Green Bay Dragons. So both these teams looking for the win here today. So that being said, Washington comes to this game with a record of 7 wins and 4 losses. Dayton Rebels, they played one less game due to a bye, but 7 wins, 2 losses, no ties, and 1 loss that came in overtime. So 3 losses altogether, 1, you know what I mean, 7-2-0-1. But that being said, both teams set to go here today. 2 teams very evenly matched, both with some lightweight defense and quite a bit of offense. Should be an interesting battle. These teams look very even right up the line as far as the style that the cars are, from the front runner spot all the way to the captain spot. Pretty much exactly the same. So as far as styles go, not exactly the model of the cars, but their styles. Yeah, offensive smash mouth, offensive aerodynamic, lightweight defense. So kind of interesting stuff. So we'll see which side wins out. But that being said, let's get a look at the lineups. Washington Patriots, Dayton Rebels. Alright, so here we go. Leading the way for the Washington Patriots will be Red Ferrari Jr. And out there to meet up with them from the Dayton Rebel side, that is Elric. So they go at it, game on right there. So the score, 5-5. As both cars are down off of the first collision. And we got a tie game. So that being said, go to the 2 cars at the middleman spot. Landlord will be coming out for the Washington Patriots side. For the Dayton Rebels, it'll be Zapper out there. So 2 evenly matched teams, and they start this thing off tied, and now Landlord will have a flip. He survives off screen there. So 10-5, Patriots in the lead, looking for the win now. And coming out for the home side here for the Dayton Rebels, that'll be Toe out there. It's a good lightweight defensive car, and he ties things up at 10 apiece. So a quick moving game here in our main event, as we are down to the captain spot for both teams. Ratitude now out there for the Washington Patriots to lock horns with Toe. And should be an interesting one here. Both these cars, lightweight and defensive cars, and Toe goes down. And it's a 15-10 game, Washington in the lead. Patriots looking to put it away here. The Rebels down to their 5-point gainer, Sub-Zero, who's looking to force overtime. He's a lightweight defensive car himself, but not going to be able to handle Ratitude there, and the Washington Patriots come away with the win. So a big win there for Washington, and a well-played game. One that moved rather quickly, and gotta give some credit to the offensive side of these cars and being able to get the flips quick. So the defense doesn't really play as big of a factor as even I thought it would play. Kind of a surprising thing there, but nonetheless, the offense worked on both sides. Just worked a little bit better for the Patriots today. 15-10 the final score of that one. So Washington improves to 8-4 on the season. The Dayton Rebels fall to 7-3-0-1. That being said, who these teams got on the next game day and what lays ahead the next game day? The Dayton Rebels. They'll try to bounce back from this tough loss here and try to do it against a divisional opponent on the road against the Detroit Devils in that March 21st game day. As for the winners here today, the Washington Patriots, their next game day, it's a tough one, no doubt about it. and it's actually going to be the middle featured event on the next CDL Live on that March 21st edition. The Patriots will be home against Tim Geiser's Philadelphia Demons. And going through the show, the first game that's going to be featured on that March 21st game day, San Francisco Shinobis on the road against the New Orleans Gladiators. And now the middle feature event, Philadelphia Demons, Washington Patriots. And then the main event will come on that next game day. Should be a great game in our main event. It's a rematch of the Western Conference Finals from just last year. Alex Johnson's Los Angeles Blades. They are going to be on the road to take on the Roswell Aliens. So the Aliens with home turf looking to get some revenge from that 2-1 series loss they took in the Western Conference Finals just last season. So at the hands of the Blades. So Blades and Aliens definitely going to be one heck of a main event. Some other big games going on around the league to maybe look into. San Jose and Phoenix should be a fun one to look at. If Carolina can play as good the next game day as what they played today, because they gave the Pittsburgh Destroyers quite a fight, took them into overtime. They can play a solid game like that again. The Wildcats might just be quite a game for the Gowanda Outlaws to have to deal with. Quite a team to deal with for Gowanda as Wildcats and Outlaws go head-to-head. Some other big games on tap here. We got Tampa Bay, New Jersey. Could be a solid game. San Diego, New Mexico might be solid. Seattle and Dallas could be a fairly solid game. So Hartford and Puerto Rico going head-to-head. So Tim Geiser versus Alex Johnson in that perspective. And, of course, both those teams struggling this year, but both of them looking for a little foot in there. Pittsburgh and Chicago will have the bye on the next game day. Of course, LA and Hartford had the bye on this one. And that being said, folks, I've said just about everything I can say. It's a 15-10 win in our main event for the Washington Patriots over the Dayton Rebels. I'm James Hulse, owner and creator of the Car Demolition League. Happy that you're celebrating, even if it's just this game day. You're still in a way celebrating that 20-year mark with us here in our 20th season. And so thank you for joining us. Of course, I haven't been putting it on YouTube for 20 years, but anyways, if you like what you saw, you can always go at Car Demolition League on Facebook. Make sure to like us. And a lot of teams up for ownership, folks. If you want to be the coach or owner of the Washington Patriots, hey, send the link. You see the talent that they got if you want to be in charge of it. So let us know. Let me know on Facebook at Car Demolition League, though. So definitely. But James Hulse here. Thank you for watching. Till next time, folks. Take care of yourselves. Be yourselves. And peace.
I love LA. I love Big Bad Los Angeles. California. Yes. Still applies to me. Everybody got something to say. Oh, hell. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. Screaming that's done. When I pulled off the lot, that's done. Remember my town when you see me, you know everything. Like a yellow